Ladies, I gotta be all the way honest. I get it. You fine, you're beautiful. You think that your um free card is because you're beautiful, you got a good shape. You can go on dates and many of y'all, let's really be honest, let's just cut the mustard, right? Many of you ladies, you ladies go on dates just to get free meals. And what's crazy is a lot of broke women do that, right? I'm not saying that's a broke woman thing because there's a lot of successful women that just go on dates just for the dinner because they just want to go for the dinner, not because they need the free dinner, but they just enjoy that type of situation. But a lot of y'all broke women have messed up the whole game because a lot of y'all are going on dates and you don't have no money. And many of the relationships, not even relationships, can't even say it's a relationship because it wasn't. Many of the dates, I'm gonna say that, has went left. And you left there looking stupid because he gone. And you ain't had no money to pay for your
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me
What's going
out.
on, family? I want to welcome you to Aos The Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Aos Inspires. This is what I need you to do. We're on every single platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I need you to go and subscribe and follow us right now. We drop content every single day that'll help you with your life because our mission here at Aos The Podcast is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live life on the next level. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watching this episode. This is going to be a dynamic episode. I need you to dive in. Do me a big favor. I need you to like, share, and comment. Don't be a stranger. Comment with us. And this is what I need you also to do. I need you to copy this link right here on this podcast, this episode, and share it with at least 10 of your friends. I promise you, it's going to help them out. Let's jump into the episode. What's going on, family? You guys are so amazing. I want to welcome you to another episode of Aos The Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Aos Inspires. I'm going to dive right into it. I had to drop this episode, and I wanted to bring this episode to life. The reason for that, because I dropped a short clip, and of course, you already know it went viral, right? So since it went viral, I said, listen, let me make a long form video about this, a whole episode about this. I talked to the team, and this video that went viral is still coming up today. A few likes, a few comments, stuff like that. So I said, listen, I gotta get on it, right? And I really wanted to break it down because, and the crazy part about it is I had a lot of women in the comments were like saying, hey, I was taught this years ago. I was, and some women were like, why are you saying this? It's stupid. And then some women in the community that rock with your boy, inspiree, Aos Inspiree, they were like, hey, the newer women need to know this. And the reason I wanted to break this thing down was because there's a lot of women, right, that are going on dates and they don't have no money. And the whole purpose of me talking about this is because you got a lot of trash guys out there, right? A lot of trash guys that are expecting, if we go on a date and we go somewhere like Ruth Chris, which, it is what it is. You chose the restaurant. Or, listen, even if you go to Applebee's, ladies, if a guy, it depends on the level you're on, right? It all depends on the level you're on. However, if it's your first day, you guys going to Applebee's, unless his pockets is not that deep, it is what it is. Hey, look, it is what it is. But there's a lot of guys that take women on dates, and they're expecting something in exchange. And it's crazy because a lot of women think or act as if they don't know what I'm talking about, or they don't know the play that's going down, right? You have some guys that take you to a nice restaurant, and they're like, listen, after tonight, listen, we go to your place or my place, but we're going to somebody's place. And their whole expectation is to have sex after after we go on this little date. We may go to a movie, then we, may go to get something to eat, then go to a movie, or we may go to get something to eat, then go to a paint night. We may do something. But at the end of the night, when it's time to call it quits for the night, I'm smashing, right? And that's the mindset of some guys. Now, however, there's a lot of women, before we dive deep into this thing, there are a lot of women that just primarily, right? Because I've heard a lot of women in podcasts. I ain't call no names, but I heard some women in podcasts that in a season of their life, they used to go out with men just for the dinner, right? And I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of broke women go on dinner dates with guys just to experience different level of restaurants because they know they couldn't afford it themselves, right? So that's a real thing. There's some women that go on dates with guys just to get the restaurant experience, or watch this, just to get a date, to get something. Some ladies, that's how they eat weekly or daily, whatever, however you do it, however you chop it up. They say, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get some oodles and noodles, but I'm so fine enough that there's gonna be some guy that's gonna take me out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again, right? There's some women that's like that. But the damaging part about it is there's nothing. My mom always told me this, and it rings bells into my life now. There's nothing in this world for free, right? I'm not saying that there's not no stand-up guy that'll take you out, that will not have no expectations to have sex or to have any type of sexual exchange at the end of the night. There's some guys that's legit like, yo, I want to take you out, get to know you, and just see where things lead. There's some amazing guys like that. However, because a lot of people will say, well, not all guys, and that's so true. Not all guys are like that, and not all women are like that. Let me clear that up, because a lot of y'all would start to throw darts at me. Yeah, no, all the women. No. There's a certain type of mindset of women that would go on a date just for the dinner. Now, the nuance that I didn't mention in the beginning, there's a lot of women that go on dates and they get carry out or takeout takeout. So they order their food, they'll have leftovers from their food, but they'll order something else as another meal, because they're trying to feed their children. They're trying to feed somebody at the house, trying to feed their mom, their aunt, their cousin, whoever, right? I've heard of situations like that too. And this is the thing. Women know this play by heart, because if they go on a date and a woman orders something extra, like she ordered her meal and then she orders another meal. So essentially the man is paying for 3 meals. He's paying for his meal, her meal, and the meal that she ordered, the extra meal that she ordered. And a lot of guys, watch this, a lot of guys won't say anything. Why? Because in his mind, either I'm going to get what I'm anticipating tonight or another time. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, listen, that's a dangerous game to play. Because I said on another episode, you can't be playing with people's emotions, right? Now, this is how I take it. There's going to be some women that look at this different. There's going to be some men that look at this different, but this is how I take it. If we go on a date, I don't care how expensive or how inexpensive this date is, you're sending me the signal that you're interested. Now, I'm not saying that you're interested to get married or that you're interested in being into a relationship, but when you accept this date and we go on a date, even for men, right? Men, when you take women out, women, when you go out with men, right? Doesn't matter who initiates or who sets the dates or who sets the place. It doesn't matter. When you go on this date, in my book, you're sending a signal that I am interested in you. Either there's something about you that I'm attracted to. It's not necessarily saying that I'm taking this date because I want to go be in a relationship with you. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when you take this date, you're saying that there's something about you I'm interested in, or you're saying on the flip side, you're saying that I'm interested in you and I would like to get to know you and see where this goes. Now, there's been many people, many dates that when you first met the person, you was like, yo, they fly, they cute, they're my type. This is exactly what I'm looking for. But then when you go on a date, you see, or you guys go out to eat, you see so many red flags, right? And in the middle of that date, it changes. I'm going to tell you 2 perspectives. In the middle of the date, a decent guy, in the middle of the day, he sees that the dynamics is not working for him. Like, yo, this is not my speed. Like, I thought she was, but she's not. Decent man will make you or allow you to enjoy yourself for that night. It all depends on how he want to take it. He can take it from a perspective of telling you the truth. Like, listen, at the end of the night, hey, listen, I enjoyed my time with you. You're not my type. This will be the last time we talk. There are some men that are blunt like that, but there's some men that are not blunt like that. They'll tell you, hey, I'll let you later, and they just ghost you, right? There's a lot of men that don't want to face the music or don't want to be forward and direct with a woman to let her know, hey, this is how I feel. That's just how it is. It is what it is. But you have another dynamics of men that will go out and see the red flags and say, listen, this is not the type of woman that I want to spend any time with. This is not the type of woman that I would date. This is definitely not the type of woman that I take home to mommy, but I will smash. Right. And that's why I have a hard time with this, right? When men will say, or even women, right? When women or men would say, hey, I need some time to process this thing to figure out if you're the type of person that I want to be with. I have an issue with that. And the reason I have an issue with that is because when you first meet a person, man or woman, you know almost immediately if you will sleep with this person. So you're meaning to tell me you're willing, and not saying that you followed through with the act, but what you're telling me is in your mind, you know that this is the a potential person that you wouldn't mind having sex with. So you can come up with the decision whether you want to have sex with this person quickly, but you can't make a decision whether you want to have a relationship with this person. I find great issue with that. Now I get it. Some of y'all gonna throw daggers and be like, hey, just casually having sex with somebody and being in a relationship with somebody is two totally different things. Yes, I totally agree and I totally understand. However, you're willing to lay down, possibly catch an STD with a person that you never met, that you don't know, that you have no knowledge of their history. You would put it on the line to catch an STD, but you don't know whether you want to spend more time with this person and possibly be in a relationship with this person. Or even the people that date for years. I can't stand this, right? That's why I dropped the episode last week. Like, you got to let your intentions be made known. Like, what do you want out of this relationship? I have an issue with that as well with women or men that go on dates and you don't know what you want out of a relationship, but you know that you don't want a relationship. You don't want that title. You don't want that obligation. You just want, listen, I just want friends with benefit situation. I just want a person that we can hang out. We can go out, and at the end of the night, we can go smash. You go back to your place, I go back to my place, or you go back to your place and I stay at my place. However we got the situation set up, that's the type of situation I'm on. I've got an issue with those people. The reason, not saying that they're doing what they're doing, I got an issue with that. That's not it. But the problem is you can't make up your mind about who you want to be in relationship with, but you can make up your mind about who you want to smash in a split second. It takes a man a split second to say, yes, I have sex with her. No, I won't smash her. Yes, I smash her. It's crazy. It's split second. Doesn't take long, but it takes you years to date a person to realize, yes, this is the person I would marry. No, this is not the person I would marry. It takes you years. No, it's trash. Like, you're scared to make commitment. But at the same time, a broke woman that goes on dates, I've got a major issue with that. Number one, and I'm going to get into the nitty gritty why I'm making this episode. But number one, I have an issue with that because now you're going on dates with all these guys, right? And it's cool in the gang. If you're young, cool, do your thing. Do your thing. You need to get to know different people. But as I said, men or women, let your expectations be known or your intentions be known up front. It should be no mystery on why we are in this situation that we're in. Should be no mystery. But I've got an issue with women that go on dates with multiple men just for dinner. I got an issue. One of the major issues is if you find a guy that you're truly interested in and you guys spend time together, what'll happen is you'll begin to compare him to Larry, or you compare him to James, or you compare him to, another. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed feeling as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. On a date with. I've got an issue with that because it's kind of hard to narrow it down, because now your mind is cloudy. And the reason I say it's cloud is because there's going to be some great traits about guy number one, guy number two, there's going to be great traits about all of them, right? And number one may have something that number five doesn't have, but you will be able to deal with number five. But number one has the money. Number five doesn't have the money. Number three has the time and the money. So, it's just, you get confused, right? Because now you're on this ride that you really enjoy. And it's crazy because many people, right, don't understand the 80-20 law. You get 80% in a relationship of what you need and want, right? And 20% of what you don't want, right? So 80% of what you need and want, and 20% like, man, I wish I could get this, but I can't. I don't have this in this relationship, right? For a prime example, 80% of everything that you need and want, but that 20% may be involved that she don't like to cook, or her hygiene is not like that, right? Or she's not that affectionate. That's the 20, right? So the question becomes, I ask every couple, can you deal with the 20 if it never comes? Like the 80 is all right. I can handle the 80, but can you deal with the 20 if the 20 never comes? That's the question that I ask every single couple. Everybody, I've got to ask that. But let's get into this. The reason I have an issue with women going on dates that don't have money, and I say this to the day that I die, broke women have adopted this methodology, or have adopted this system where they go on dates with guys, they don't have no money, and the night goes left. Because there's some guys that's going to be blunt up front, like, hey, listen. Or, you know what, there's some guys that will be blunt up front, but then also there's some guys that's going to say little jokes. My mama always said behind every joke, there's some truth to the joke. But they'll say little slick things, little sly things to see, would you bite on the bait, right? To see, do I have a chance to smash tonight? If I don't have a chance to smash tonight, I'm gone. I'm not paying for her meal. And it's crazy. Watch this. I saw this video that's flooding. It's crazy. That's flooding the internet, right? It's going viral. And the waitress, she comes back to the table, and she was like, will this be one bill or two bills? So he looks at her across the table and was like, hey, are we smashing tonight? And she was like, no. He looked back at the server and was like, no, two bills, right? So, and what's crazy is, the reason I say that women don't go on dates if you don't have no money. Do not go on dates if you don't have any money. Why? Because it doesn't matter. It's not a law if you guys go on a date that he has to pay for you. It's just the gentleman way, authentic, good man way of a gesture of going on a date. Whether it goes left or not, I'm still paying, right? A good man, a decent man. Trash guy, if he doesn't get what he wants at the end of the night, he knows he's not going to get that. He's not going to pay for it. I've heard of situations where the guy, they go on a date, and he goes to the server while she's still sitting at the table. I'm about to go to the bathroom. He talks to the server. Hey, how much is my bill? He pays for his bill, and he leaves. Especially, watch this, it happens more times than none, especially when they drive two different cars, or they both got there to the location separately. I've even heard situations where he picked her up, right? It's crazy. Ladies, you got to be aware of that. Like, you're trying to be slick, right? And I'm going to tell you this, we have gotten so smart. And the reason I say guys and not including myself, because I'm not in that game no more. My card is done. My card is revoked, right? I'm married. But there's a lot of guys a lot of women that play along as if, yes, you're going to get some cheeks at the end of the night. And they have played this game so well that, like, listen, I'm going to play my cards right just so he can pay for it. But the danger in this, ladies, is because if this thing goes left, because you've been leading him on, making him think that he's going to get what he wants, and he doesn't, anything can happen. He can kidnap you. He can rape you. He can murder you. So this is why that's what I'm telling women and men, be truthful up front. My mom always told me this, and it's crazy. It's so true even today, even in relationships. Stop lying. Because when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to make up for the lie that you told. And you have to remember the first lie that you told. Right? So, I mean, it always works better when you tell the truth. It works in your favor when you tell the truth. Ladies, stop going on dates with guys and you don't have no money. Especially when he picked you up and y'all drove a long way and you don't have no money for no Uber. Uber probably about $80, $90 to get back home. But you looking crazy. Why? Because you haven't set your stuff up right. Because you're trying to be slick. I'm going out for a free dinner. And I'm just being honest. A lot of guys are hip to the tricks, ladies. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with another person's emotion. I'm going to say this and I'm done with the whole situation. When you go on a date, you're not saying and not suggesting that I want to be in a relationship with you. But what you are saying is I'm interested. And if it goes somewhere, it does. If it doesn't, it don't. It is what it is. But I'm interested. Many of you ladies, y'all going on dates and y'all not even interested in the guys. This guy is not your type. This guy you don't think is attractive. You have no attraction, no appeal, no nothing with this guy. But you're going on a date you're going on a date because you heard he got bread and you're going for a free dinner. That's trash to me. I've got an issue with that. Like, ladies, is your body worth more than that? Better yet, let me say this. Stop going on dates with guys. Watch this. Stop going on dates with guys just to get free meals. Trying to get something free to eat for you and your daughter, or you and your sister, you and your cousin. Is your time not more than that? What's going on, family? I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS The Podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS The Podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.